Okay.
The words themselves.
Well, I think that this is going to be even more profoundly true for you. How do I say this? This is an example that's more at the core of your world than mine. That's why.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine being in your situation when your tools break down and you having to invent something on the fly, which you do all the time.
Yep.
So that's why I think that I just want to read this to you. Yeah. Okay.
But it's still just like imagining walking on the moon or something. I mean, you can talk about it, but...
Alright, here we go. According to Heidegger's account, in being and time, our basic orientation in the world is practical, and our praxis is mediated by things, which the Greeks called pragmata. So even its own class of...
I think we should have some kind of money.
Yeah, that would be good. A good pragmata.
Inflate. Inflation's for people who think.
Oh, yeah, investors. These are not mere things, but equipment that is inconspicuously withdrawn within its handiness for the sake of doing certain work. Equipment always signifies a referential totality. Our being at work in the world with our tools is not in the first place mediated by any overlay of theoretical knowledge. Pardon me. Our being at work in the world with our tools is not in the first place mediated by any overlay of theoretical knowledge of their function, as if Praxis were blind without it. Tool use has its own pre-scientific knowledge or know-how. It's a skill.
Yeah.
It's a skill. According to Heidegger, the shift from the predominance of a practical being in the world to the theoretical knowing of the world occurs on the basis of a disruption in the context of significance that assigns the towards this and with which of tools and other equipment. Means the person who's lost sight of the reason behind it or its intent.
They're living in imagination land.
Yeah. The heretofore tacit referential context can be explicitly illuminated in three ways. 1. The breakdown of equipment. 2. Missing equipment. And 3. Equipment getting in the way. In all of these examples of a disturbance in the assignment of tools, a break in the referential context of our praxis transforms our experience of the world. We are reduced to a pure observer of mere things, which are uselessly laid before us, stripped down of their bare presence. Tools go from being equipment ready to hand for use in some project to being objects that merely present at hand. Can you imagine?
I
useless
more
people?
thoroughly than you can think. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Our circumspective concern that lets things be is frustrated. I want to read that again. Our circumspective concern. That makes me think like your awareness of the situation.
Yeah, the circumstances
that lets things be, that
allow it to happen.
Allows it to happen.
The
is
circumstances
frustrated.
at hand that allow it to happen is frustrating.
Is limited.
If you don't know how to use the tools that you have.
Yes.
So, I mean, you can talk this big game and have these great ideas, but unless you're standing there capable of doing anything with the tools that you have, it's useless to you.
Right. One more paragraph. We may have to rework tools or improve things to once again render them serviceable, and if this is not possible, we may even be tempted to smash them into pieces. We wonder what we are doing in the first place. This tool shed, which becomes just a space for developing a solution to a problem, thus begins the modern scientific mode of being. Tinkering with equipment that is not experienced as withdrawn into its usefulness precedes the theoretical development of modern mathematical science in the 17th century.
We had a breakdown at work last week where valves and stuff didn't open and close because they got frozen with ice. And we dismantled the machine and rerouted it around the valve so it didn't matter anymore. And it just had a straight line. We literally replumbed it so it wouldn't freeze solid.
So our relationship with technology is essentially broken because we no longer withdraw into its usefulness.
You know how useful the blueprint was to us in that moment? 0.
You're right. Oh my God! Oh, I don't even know how to read a blueprint.
That's why I was so offended by that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see them. How about we do it? Let's see him. He's just gonna lay on the ground and cry and rock like a child.
Whoa, wait, we got off base.
Yeah, I know.
What?
It's the people who live in imagination land when they're forced to do a thing.
Okay, if it was life or death and
comprehend.
he had to fix that machine, it wouldn't get done.
No.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he would be treated like such a piece of shit for not being able to man up and be there with us that he would be insulted to the point where he'd probably go in the cab and cry to himself. Because if you're not useful, everybody's going to dog talk you constant until you go away.
Yeah, that's the problem with being a boss, is it not?
It's just a matter of being on site and not being competent enough to do the job. And as soon as I have to do 3 times the work because you're doing half of what you're supposed to do, no one's going to like you very much.
It's, they didn't earn it.
It's not only that, but they're in the damn way of the people who are doing it. Because if you don't know what you're doing and you're constantly breaking shit, you're making my job harder.
Right.
And if you're getting paid somewhere close to what I'm making, and taking account of the overall wage, I'm making less. Because they're paying some idiot that can't do shit.
Right. That is very frustrating.
100%.
That's...
I had an engineer come out and look at my rebar before that couldn't even touch her own toes because she was so overweight someone had to hold her up to walk across the thing. You know how much my opinion of her is? Or the value of her idea of my job done? I could give a rat's ass what she thinks about the job we finished.
Yeah, that's not useful at all.
Not at all, but she makes as much as 3 of us. Because she went to school. You think we can't build a bridge without somebody going to school? We've done 1,000 bridges. They can stay away.
We've done 1,000 bridges.
We do not need an engineer anymore. We know how to do it. Thank you. We needed one at one point.
Post-labor is canceled. People need to get back to work and stuff that actually matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even tie your own damn shoes. Go away.
Okay, according to Heidegger, machine technology is itself an autonomous transformation of praxis, a type of transformation wherein praxis first demands the employment of mathematical physical science. Chronologically, modern theoretical science seems to appear first, but ontologically, its manifestation is grounded in the relationship to things that defines the essence of technology.
Yep.
Rather, modern science is, for Heidegger, always already technoscience. We're in the age of technoscience now.
Somebody figured it out, built it, used it once, and then someone drew a blueprint of it. That's what I hear. Before someone actually builds a damn thing, it's all theoretical. You're just pretending like you know what it's going to do.
It's a calling for an immersion, you know, into technology in a different way that will highlight, like, what the realities are, the different reality bubbles. And if we put robots there, then what? Nobody will ever know.
They'll do jobs almost. I've seen it happen before. I've seen a welding machine get set up and it knew exactly what it was supposed to do and exactly where to put the welds, but it was off by a 1/4 inch, so all the welds didn't actually touch any of the seams. It was just welding on flat bars.
Oh my God.
Missing all the things it was supposed to do. It did it perfectly. By a 1/2 inch off.
Yeah, human calories need to be put to better use. Thanks for the talking.
Yeah, the guy who designed that robot thinks he knows how it works, but the welder who actually uses it every day has taken it apart and put it back together so many times and fought with the thing that doesn't work exactly right so many times that he's way more equipped to deal with that piece of equipment than the person who designed it in the first place. He knows every bolt. He knows how come it didn't work the first time. He knows how to beat it into submission to make it do the job it's supposed to do.
Right.
Buddy engineer goes, oh yeah, that's good. And then someone else has to come and make it actually happen.
Yeah. Yeah, engineers, you'd think, would have the most intimate relationship
Let's put
with
it this
their
way.
equipment.
When they graduate, they get a pinky ring.
I wonder where that came from.
The manliest pinky ring ever, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. So the evolution of the engineer is a loss for humanity.
In some sense,
Yeah.
we need a engineer sometimes. We don't always need one all the time.
Right. Right. Can you rotate shapes in your head?
Yeah. And most of the time, he's just the starting point of what actually needs to happen. The one that comes up with the design. Somebody else has to actually make it work. Because it goes the way the engineer says it does. Never, ever, ever. Never once in my entire history have I ever seen it go the way the engineer wants it to. I mean, every project has to be beaten into fucking submission. Every one I've ever been on to. That's why you think you walk by a construction site, all you hear is swearing. Fuck, I need a beer, rah! It's because it doesn't work. You have to make it work.
Construction workers. I know what they're really building.
Everything?
Friendship.
All the time. That too. Yeah, I trust the people next to me more than I do most because they have my life in their hands and vice versa. It's like when Buddy almost ran me over with the truck the other day. I'm like, dude, if you get me killed, I forgive you. That's what I said. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It doesn't matter when you're building something.
No. It just hasn't happened. He was trying to get something done so we could go home and eat. And he couldn't see me.
Yeah.
Why should I blame him for that?
No, I've backed into something that was directly behind me because, like, I looked in the mirrors and didn't look directly behind me. So my tools failed me that day.
You're doing a snowstorm in pitch black with a semi next to a drill that you need to get close enough with a gas line or a diesel line and have 2 or 3 people working around you all at the same moment. Stress levels are high.
Oh my God.
Visibility is low.
So,
not only that, but we're all on ice and that machine is heavy. And so as soon as he started to try to drive, everything slid backwards.
man, our capacity for adrenaline is so much higher than this.
This is why I dodge things and I'm hard to hit. Yes.
Oh, wow. That makes me feel like humans are very resilient.
There's different kinds of people. Some of them
Yeah.
will just get ran over. Most of them will just get ran over. Some of them can't make the stairs. Right now all fucked up because he fell down the stairs. I did a ninja flip over the railing and landed on my feet. You know what I mean? Like, there's different levels to everybody.
Right.
How high is your self-preservation and how many times have you dodged a bullet?
And what's your competency level at?
Yes, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get older, I ain't going to be able to do that shit.
Man, this is what I live for. Coffee with you when you're fired up. Woo.